good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Spilling Tea. I'm your host, Tiffany Daniels, and yes, we're going back to that horrible world known as the JRC. Now, apparently, yesterday evening, it did not download my video the way it should, so you all got a 1 second bleep, and I was too tired this morning to realize it. So, we're going to do yesterday's video over again and then I'll go ahead and take care of this evening's video. Alright? So this one's going to be relatively short. I do apologize about that in advance. Okay, now you're going to see the link to this article right there in the description box, alongside the other pertinent links to the Stop the Shocks campaign, including Autistic Hoya's massive archive on the subject, and the templates, folks. I do hope you know the drill by now, right? And the ever-present self-explanatory change.org shut the Judge Rotenberg Center down petition. Folks, when we talk about the JRC, you're going to hear vivid descriptions of, catch clips of surveillance footage of peoples with disabilities being tortured and abused. If you got any children present, please use your headphones. And it's the afternoon, Sunday. I have dealt with all kinds of weirdness all day, so if I stumble over my words, my apologies in advance, alright? Okay, so we're going to get started here. Layout of the Judge Rotenberg Center. This paper is primarily concerned with the space of rewards area of the JRC, although some attention is given to other spaces within the center. I provide the reader with a rough floor plan, see Figure 1 of the main JRC building, as a way to both structure my writing and give the reader a better sense of the overall layout of the space at the JRC. I think it is important to note that it is unwise to take one aspect of the JRC's environment and to analyze this in isolation from other aspects of the environment. And so, while I cannot address all features of the physical layout of the JRC, I would like to provide the reader with a better sense of its main building. From this, I hope the reader is able to understand the rewards area of the JRC is one aspect of a carefully designed space, which is also dependent upon the infusion of narrative structure by those who designed the space, the center staff, the inmates, and our larger societal understandings of disability. As discussed by Luke's 2016, the theme space does not exist outside our perception of it, nor is it possible to examine it without understanding the mechanisms of power that fuel its production and functioning. The website of former Director Matthew Israel, effectivetreatment.org, describes in great detail and with accompanying photographs the layout of the main school building of the JRC. Upon entering the JRC, the entrance of which is guarded by two large dog statues, the visitor first sees the reception area, which is emblazoned with a large Mickey Mouse posters, figures, and two large stuffed Mickey and Minnie toys. See Figure 2. From the reception area, the visitor enters the main hallway. One wall is covered in student portraits, another in large music and movement clocks. An anatomic pianist sits at a player's piano under the student photographs, and before entrance to the classroom stand two statues of policemen. This hallway leading to the director's office is lined with bowls of artificial candies. This office itself is modern. Its walls hung with art. The desk has a bowl of real M&M candies, and a life-size model of a golden retriever sits by the door. Turning the corner, the visitor sees another hallway lined with a large number of Mickey Mouse-themed prints, with staff offices along it. The hallway leads to another neon hallway, which is lined with many neon-lit signs. This hallway leads to Big Reward Store, where the students can access the arcade, air hockey, ball pit, movie theater, and merry-go-round. Further into the building, we move along the yellow brick road, which culminates in the BRS and the Emerald City. At the end of the brick road is the student exercise room, access to which is earned, of course, and a variety of stores, a hair salon, snack bar, and a tiki internet cafe. After this hallway, a number of classrooms for the higher functioning students and a small library is accessed. Next, the monitor room provides staff with video surveillance of the entire building, including student residences. Here, staff communicate via headsets with their frontline peers regarding meting out punishments and rewards to students. Adjacent to the monitor room are nursing office, contact store, named because students earn access to desired items and experiences by fulfilling the requirements outlined in behavior contracts. Next comes to the stairwell to the lower level, which Israel describes thusly. The stairwell to the lower level has a Coca-Cola theme with nostalgic Coke ads, sparkling rope lights, and two metal dog sculptures at the bottom. The foyer of the lower level features modern aluminum furniture, a wall artistic clocks, a waterfall with fantastic animal sculptures, and a bubbling tree fountain with a sculptured dog known as the Golden Retriever. The Golden Retriever is a statue of a Golden Retriever urinating on a palm tree. Oh, wonderful. From this foyer are classrooms for the lower functioning students and new admissions, a 1950s themed lunchroom, fuck me, and a work activities room for adult students. Israel ends his virtual school tour with this statement. It should be evident from these photographs that we have gone to extraordinary lengths to create a warm, happy, colorful decor in our building. A walkthrough through our building is a uniquely interesting experience in itself, something like a cross between a beautiful museum, miniature theme park, interesting store, and lovely home. We deliberately made our school so attractive an environment that our students would actually like to come to school. The rest of this paper will address the use of themed space and juxtaposition of themed elements and paired with physical punishment. I did tell you I was going to make this quick, so I'm going to give you some commentary on this. Dr. Israel and his band of sycophants did not design this school with the students that they were actually going to be housing there in mind. They're using theme park themes and themes that they see in their mind all children love. But here's the rub, ladies and gentlemen. A good majority of autistics find theme parks to be their worst fucking nightmare. The vivid colors, all the smells, the loud music, the constant sensory of being pushed by this person and that person and this person and that person. Not something that a good majority of those on the spectrum are so great at handling, nor do a good majority of them look forward to it. Now imagine you're one of those folks that have a large amount of sensory issues, and you're going into a school that is designed to appeal to neurotypical children. You're in hell the minute you go through that door. Now, this is coming from someone who can and does go to a particular theme park out here in my area on a semi-regular basis. But it's not quite as loud as this school. There's not like bright colors everywhere. There are places of shade and quiet that one can retreat to when overwhelmed to rest a minute. There are places to go and eat where you can stay away from people and decompress in nice cooling shade to be away from all the noise. You do have all the smells, but there are areas to go to in the way that that park was designed to get away from it all. That's not how this school was designed. It is literally designed like this everywhere. They cannot get away from the sensory issues that being around this type of environment provides. I know it's the lesser of their evils. I get it. I do. But for the neurotypicals in the fucking back, I want you all to hear me on this. Please. Because other schools I have seen do it too. And that's why we were Us advisors were heavy-handed about the design of the decor and the walls and everything at Rivendell out here. You cannot design your school with only what you feel your regular child, neurotypical child, what would appeal to them. That's not your audience. That is not your student. Your students have various neurodevelopmental disabilities. A large amount of those students are autistic with sensory issues. What you think is appealing can be our fucking nightmare, especially when there are no quiet places to go to that is away from all of this amusement/museum idea. And by the by, an interesting museum. This is not. See, I love museums. I've been going to them since I was a young child. I go every chance I get. And they are not designed this way. At least the more professional ones. I mean, I've gone to the museum underneath the St. Louis Arch and various other places. This is not how it's done, folks. When you are creating a school like this, when you want to appeal to us, you gotta make it sensory friendly. Or if you want to have a theme, we like Disney. Some of us like Wizard of Oz. That's fine for you to have a theme. But you gotta have places, for the love of God, where when we are over fucking whelmed by all the shit you've thrown at the wall, that we can go and decompress. And on that note, I'm going to go ahead and close out before I get to this evening's video. We don't get very many reviews on this channel, and the few that we do get do tend to get removed from time to time. So folks, please don't forget to hit that like button, hit subscribe, and don't forget to hit the comments. I do appreciate your time this evening, and as always, we here at Smelling Tea hope you have a good one. Bye-bye.